the first one we're going to run into. They may have pressure against each other.
Sure.
Because obviously Fudo, Momochi, they know what they're going up against. So let's see what they have to say about their opponent going into this. Okay, Momochi keeping it, very straightforward. I will do my best. It's a difficult match, but I'll do my best. So going with the tried and true. Let's see what Fudo has to say here. I want to play Momochi's Ryu.
That's what I'm talking about. He's excited to be here, and he's excited to play against Momochi, especially against that Ryu, right? We saw a tidbit of it during the top 16, but we want to see it in this kind of situation, a do or die situation.
And it's so cool to see Fudo say that, because Fudo himself is probably thinking Ryu is obviously stronger. Maybe he feels like he hasn't played against enough of these top level Ryus. And so I really want to test my mettle. So he wants to get the experience, the challenge. He wants to fight Momochi's Ryu because he wants to learn that matchup the best to his ability.
I'm going to think about it the other way. I'm going to say Fudo is so comfortable with Ryu. He's like, you know what? How bad can it actually be? Bring that to me. I'll be just fine. With or without your buffs. It doesn't matter to me. It's another day at the office. I'm Fudo. Do you not know who I am? We'll see.
Okay. All right. We'll see how that's going to go. And honestly, with Fudo, obviously we know that he's dabbled in some Birdie in the past. He's got Poison, and he's obviously known largely for Mika as well. But I'm wondering what he's going to go with. What do you choose to go against this Ryu? And, if it is true that he doesn't feel like he has that much experience, which I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's played against plenty of Ryus at this point in time. I'm just curious to see what his decision is. Just, do you go with... I mean, it's going to be Poison or Mika, in my opinion.
Here's what I'm thinking, right? I'm pretty sure Fudo has done the study, the practice and the studying up against Momochi before. I'm positive that he's took a look at the footage from top 16, Momochi dismantling the other poisons on the way up into top 8. I think he might just go for the Mika.
But remember, his poison...
It's poison! Great! Perfect!
Because remember, his poison... He also learned poison to counter Akuma, who was the best show at the time.
Very true.
And so,
but I wanted to see it with Ryu. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it could have been like, Mika, I'll be just fine. But I get it. He doesn't want to take any chances, and that's totally okay.
I also just love the fact that he keeps going for zombie punk rock.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just go for the V skill too, like that.
And the timing to get that V skill on the other side as well to kind of throw Momochi off a little bit, but no avail. Still putting Momochi close to stun and in this corner, spacing out the whip. Heart rate backs it up too. Stun is still imminent. He's not going to press the issue. I lied! He does so, and he pays for it dearly with that square on the top of the life bar. Fudo getting first round.
And pretty solidly. We've got a down-up punch from Momochi over here. Costume change now. There it is. There it worked. Got in the connection. Of course, it's got a small window of where it can trigger that parry animation.
You saw the start of that solar plexus. Fudo using the medium kick just at the right time, canceling out into the avant-garde.
Yeah, trying to fight. That was so sick. God. And then there's the autocorrect uppercut. And again, a lot of times you'll see the players, they're willing to take that uppercut just to get out of the corner. And look at this. Wants to keep the pressure. The offensive V reversals. 2 of them in a row right there, back to back. Try to whip. Oh, nice.
Nice try. The last possible second, too. Okay. You see how much space was created after that tap.
Here we go. Activation. Let's see.
Oh, yes!
Look.
Oh, yes!
Poison is known for the range on her whip. That standing heavy punch has good range, and Momochi has stood like pixels outside of it.
Yeah, but do you know how much mileage are on those pair of legs, James? That is the World Warrior. No length of whip could match the amount of mileage Ryu has.
Exactly, and I can't believe he's still within range to dodge.
Oh, no!
He went back to back. Momochi did it.
Oh, no.
While we were talking about how great that sweep is, Fudo just said, you know what? You're going to DP a bunch because that's the classic, right? You get an EXDV block. Of course he's not going to do it the next time, so I will do it the next time, But then Fudo was like, yeah, he's going to go back to back on this.
Is that the Shotos? Do we dub that that the Shoto's dilemma is like, my EX uppercut was blocked the first time. Should I do it again?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Dude, everyone who has an EXDP, I do that. I get my EXDP punished, and I'm like, they think they've trained me. No,
not
I'm
even
gonna
close. Don't lie to us. Everybody in chat has done the same thing at least once or twice in their lifetime. Don't you lie to me.
Oh, man. Nice. There you go. That's minus, and he's going to get the punish there. Ooh. Again, same thing. Momochi's really digging in deep with this V skill too to try to get in on Fudo, and Fudo is not having any of it. So I like the change to the towards heavy punch.
Oh, did you see that? That whiff punish with the jab into the out line.
All right, gets in there, activates. Ooh, got him. Gets the pressure, gets the Oki situation.
Yep,
oh,
you already know.
I love it. I love it.
You already know. You see that fireball, you are shifting out of there.
That was a nice punish. Does that EX Tatsu a punish on that crouching heavy punch? All right.
Oh, that hit so much.
Oh, and speed. Here we go. The backdash. Remember we saw how many times Fudo backdashed in the corner versus Crusher yesterday? Still showing that he's willing to do that. Going for the meaty, was thinking Fudo was going to wake up with a button. Just trying to inch his way in there. And you see Fudo's trying to find the time. Oh, the 3-frame standing. Ryu's expression. He's like, what? Oh, man. Okay. Nice check from Fudo.
That's so smart, too. Momochi had the right idea, trying to steal a turn away by getting that micro step in, but Fudo was not going to let him do that. Right? Didn't have that much risk behind it either. With that jab.
It's like I said, Momochi right now, he had used the V skill a lot. So he knows that Fudo was willing to block because he's worried about the V skill too. So that's why he's throwing in the towards heavy punch now to get the pressure. He's trying to mix between the two. See, he knows Fudo is waiting because he's worried about that V skill. So Momochi trying to use those two moves right there to keep Fudo guessing. What a V reversal! Oh, gotcha.
Caught the startup of the heart rate, or at least on the way out.
Oh,
he was going for the activation regardless.
He is not touching buttons. Fudo, oh no, he jumped himself into the corner. And that's going to give Fudo the, see, because he jumped himself out of the corner, he felt like he had to chase Fudo again. And so Fudo was like, you gave me the field. So I'm going to walk backwards for half a second like, yeah, I've got all my space. And then he immediately walked forward, crouching medium kick, caught Momochi on the chase down. Beautiful decision by Fudo to take that open space and feign, look at my free space, and then come right back in there and take it.
I was a little bit sad when I saw the crush counter land into the trigger. I was expecting an unblockable Denjin Hadouken, but the fact that you have the gauge available, you can shift your way out of there.
That's true. That's true. You can shift. And actually, is EX Love Me Tender frame 1 projectile invulnerable? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to have the Twitterverse right now.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while, James. But either way, we see Fudo playing really well around the new Ryu that Momochi has presented. But I'm kind of curious, is Momochi going to stick it out with Ryu?
It doesn't. Well, he's either that or he's going to change V skills because I think this little bit of a wait here is an indication they've probably gone back to the lobbies and Momochi is probably going to try to pick something else. I wonder if he's going to go with the Colleen or if he's just going to try to switch up what Ryu is doing, basically. So, well, we're going to find out pretty soon, I'm sure. But right now, Fudo definitely looks like he's in control. And, you know, if there was any doubt that he had the experience and the ability to take out Ryu with poison, there it was right there. Just
yes! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Going from Ryu, who is heavily buffed, to Seth, who was significantly nerfed.
Right.
I like that.
All right, let's. I know we're missing the audio right now from the game. We'll get that to you. There you go. Okay.
Back in business.
Interesting. Okay. Seth was obviously a very strong character before. Got nerfed. Still pretty strong. Still pretty good.
Too. It's just that now it's just changed up significantly where Seth cannot get him as freely as Seth used to.
Yeah, it's not going to be axe kicks times N as the strategy, basically. I like the jump over idea right there. Didn't chase down that V shift. Didn't get the punish there.
See Fudo doing a great job of just suppressing Mochi while activated in the trigger.
The micro walk back from Fudo to get out of that throw range.
Amazing control from Fudo, granting him this match point scenario against Momochi.
This is a tough one right now because we mentioned earlier that Fudo, I mean, I felt like Momochi got kind of outclassed.
The read?
Got outclassed by Tokido yesterday, and now Fudo kind of repeating this and doing a similar takedown of Momochi today. See if, here we go.
There's a giant whiff punish there. So much recovery. Bringing Fudo to the corner now. A ton of life spent. Taken out.
Checking the dash. And going to be a stun? Yeah, okay. There's going to be a lot of scaling here, so I don't think he's going to be able to kill in this situation. Even with all this resource spending here. Okay, yeah. Walked right out of that range.
I mean, what else were you supposed to do? Like that's the point in time where you had to at least attempt it. You can't take that throw.
You know, when you're a throw away from dying, it's basically like what I like to call an unwinnable situation. It's just guess for your life. But look at this, Momochi coming back here.
Double Hekatonkaris.
Yeah, not easy to do. Ooh.
Nice! Great.
Okay, not a lot of scaling here, but no resources. But it's still enough to kill. Wow, I didn't think that was going to kill. I mean,
the acknowledgement of that scenario was so great from Momochi. As soon as he knew that he was caught midair and saw the rest of the follow-up from Fudo, he was like, I immediately have to go for that, for EX Mad Cradle.
But yeah, that was nicely done by Momochi there for the comeback. So the Seth paying off right there. You can see how that dive kick is still obviously very effective when used in the right places. So nice job. And we'll see if Fudo can make the adjustment or if Fudo even wants to change characters because, again, I feel like we're seeing a little bit of delay here. We might be having the classic of the cycling of characters, the counter-picking here.
I want to see Fudo pick Ryu. No, I'm totally. I'm messing with you guys. No, realistically, we're thinking about switch up to Mika probably, but again, Poison, I feel like was just.
Yeah.
It was okay.
But let's see what he decides to go with here because is it going to be... Poisons aren't going to pick the other trigger or the V-skill, right? Fudo's not going to in any case. So I feel like he's either taking the time to think about it, maybe consider switching characters, might just come back to Poison anyway, or, like I said, maybe a Mika in there, maybe a... Birdie!
Yeah, that was the third option in the wheel of options that he has. So... I was just about to get into that point. I was like, if the Birdie comes out, I think it'll be pretty good. It'll be pretty decent of a matchup for Fudo. So we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. Obviously, one of the nice things that Birdie has is the range. Going to be able to keep Seth out a little bit easier. And that crouching medium punch, still a great anti-air. Has the ability to catch. If the dive kick is above his head, at least he can still catch him if he does the axe kick in the air.
Yeah, and having the threat of... the killing horn or the command grab is also there.
Poking with that, just tries to get in there with the EX headbutt. Oh, look at the respect. We got the Reservoir Dog stare down there.
And I do like the fact that Fudo still manages to pick a character where they have great heavy buttons to kind of out-poke or counter-poke the opponents. And this time around with Birdie, you don't have to commit to something that has as much recovery as something like Poison's crouching heavy punch.
Yeah, you remember in Street Fighter 4, Fudo was known for that really just patient Fei Long. Oh, he got clipped. And I really feel like Birdie and Poison fit more under that old school Fei Long style that he had more.
Ooh. Just trying to find the activation route.
Minus, yep. A lot of the times when you block that chain, it's kind of nice because, you know, Birdie pulls you in. He kind of does the work for you, and he's minus in that situation. There we go. Momochi now with the pressure here in the corner has the activation. Backs away.
Momochi was absolutely ready for that too, and that's exactly why he backed away. Oh yeah, you're fine. You're fine after this. Bring it on down. Even though it's not death, there is 6 seconds, and you know what? He was still in hot pursuit. Momochi taking his round away.
You know, I like that too because he could have just tried to backdash, but he might have still died, you know, because Birdie can dish out some damage. So I like that Momochi just took the offense and said, you know what, I'm going to try to whittle down some more time quickly, you know, with a guaranteed pressure. And look at this. That's like EX Chariot tackle style right there. Let's just do it. spacing.
Yeah, check in with the low medium kick as well. Fudo is just trying to create space for himself to find an escape. Big whiff punish. Fierce to fierce connection.
Spins that bar, gets the throw. Low, no confirmed though. Activation.
Checking with the low medium kick again. Trying to find an opening against Momochi. Momochi's just hanging out in that range. There was a hit there.
Yeah, no confirmed though.
That was a lot of great life too. A pretty decent amount of damage off of a stray hit. And big whiff punish. Bring him on down.
Look at that damage!
Don't get command grab.
Oh, nice decision to use that V skill, a V shift to get out of there.
Out of midair with a stand medium punch. Fudo is still at a deficit though. Well, actually.
I mean, Momochi almost had a perfect, but that one combo from Fudo just did so much damage. There it is, yeah, the heavy kick, heavy spin kick. Ah! Where are you going? You tried to dash in on me? I have my button ready to go and checking your dash.
Big buffer into the hanging chain. Now it's all tied up, but Fudo has himself at match point. Momochi still has a tough hill to climb. Still got 2 bars of EX to work with. Any solid confirm could bring to the corner. Good amount of damage, but Fudo, he's going to be chilling with these heavy normals.
Yep. Oh, caught him. There we go.
Big bubble.
There we go. Just trying to use that as a shield to get in.
Imagine if wind actually played a factor in this game in Metro City. If it was like a windy day in Metro City, the bubblegum just flies towards you.
Feels like we're playing a golf game. You got to look at the wind meter.
You just throw some grass in the air. Right? Yeah.
All right. Caught him out of the air. Caught him out of a backdash, I believe it was. Oh. Went for the light spin kick, it looked like.
And now Momochi really dictating the pace here. Walking into some normals. You know, just walking and blocking is what it is.
One of the blessed characters that can do special moves on neutral jump in the air.
Oh, big crush.
Good confirm, and we've seen how much damage Birdie gets out of that. He still has some trigger left, but here we go. Jump to the other side. Yep. Gonna set up.
Oh my gosh.
Was that an execution error?
Man,
like a point blank chain like that, unless that was such a read for a backdash, but I don't think that's what it was. I
don't think so either, James.
I think that was an execution error. I really think it was an execution error.
Kind of curious about that as well. But still, what a way to optimize the punish situation there for Momochi, knowing full well that that critical art, whilst in V trigger, is going to increase the damage just enough to take down for that game.
Now, okay, he is sticking with the birdie. I was about to say, like, if he hadn't made that comeback in the previous round, I feel like Fudo might have switched away because I felt like Birdie got beat up. But you know, he made that comeback that round and took it to the last round, so I think he feels confident. But we are going to the last match here. And again, remember, this is loser's side of the brackets. Whoever loses this goes out in 7th place. It's either Momochi or Fudo is going to finish in 7th.
A lot of pressure from both players. Fudo is still a slight deficit, but Momochi has done a fantastic job of not getting himself caught in the ranges that Fudo wants to play at. Oh, except for that right there. The forward medium punch is just out of range, and Fudo makes him pay dearly for it. So much damage, and forcing Seth to use that V-shift. That's going to be huge. No longer has access to V-trigger.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages of using Birdie versus Seth. Seth, obviously a character who has lower health than most characters, and Birdie, character who can dish out damage. See how much that affects the matchup here.
That's some bad math right there. Didn't want to be involved with those numbers. Crouching heavy, or excuse me, crouching strong. Still a great anti-air. And it's so active.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow, he's still alive. Bubble.
Out of there.
Yeah. Okay. Time for...
On the way down.
Sides.
Yeah, he knows critical art wasn't going to do enough.
Look at the damage he did. Oh, he went for it. Momochi. Remember in the very beginning, we saw the 2 EX uppercuts back-to-back from Ryu. A lot of people like to say Momochi is such a careful player. No, he knows when to take risks, but Fudo has actually just been on top of that game the entire time.
Yeah, what an excellent decision there for Fudo to just sit and block. Although Seth was at a negative situation, he just knew.
Okay, he's in range to punish, yeah. There we go. Gonna maximize the punish right there. Tick throw.
What a choice to press buttons as well.
Of course, on that activation, you don't get any combos off of that, but any single hit is going to do that giant chunk. And look how much gray health he's built up. So, good spacing on that axe kick in the air.
Gray life is just building up, James. Any solid hit, you're going to see Seth bleed. I didn't even know what a machine could do. Here we go. With full critical art and duck. Well, big crush counter.
Okay. You know what? You might be dead. You might be dead. Is this going to kill? Is this going to kill?
No, he's living.
Okay. Okay. Not quite. Oh, boy.
Oh, sweet activation. You already know. Oh, bullhorn to get himself out of the situation.
He got him.
Just within the range to whiff punish.
He whiff punished the sweep. Did he just know that was coming? But here we go. Final game. Final round. Momochi versus Fudo.
Who's whiff punish again?
Who's going out of this tournament?
When you're thinking about that situation as well, he still had V-trigger. He could have made himself safe after Hekatonkries. It would have been a +2 situation, or just a plus situation in general.
Yeah, so he might have just been going in just to go in, especially against Birdie, who's a 4-frame character as well.
Ooh. Just poking away. Fudo again trying to create that space, force that space away from the corner. Mochi, just slowly letting him have it. Okay, crouching, medium punch again for the anti-air. Back at it again. Fudo is just slowly chipping away, finds the hit, he'll take that.
He's almost got the V trigger ready to activate. Oh, the check! Fudo ready for that. No. Ooh.
That could have been scary with punish.
Here we go, activation time. Now Momochi. Oh, but Fudo has the ability to try to find an opportunity to activate. Of course, V trigger 2 a little bit harder to find the moments to activate without being punishable.
Push back on that axe kick, even though his counter hit's just so far away now.
Ooh! Tried to bait something out of Momochi. Momochi being very patient. But you've also got to watch out because an EX command throw from Birdie will do so much damage.
Yeah, and he's at the life deficit, right? He's got to push
it.
What?
Oh my! He's probably going to live.
1,000% going to live.
He's in V-trigger, so it's going to do a lot of damage here. But look at this. Down to the wire.
You're going to whiff a button that heavy against Fudo? Again? Oh! You pressed nothing. You lose.
Whoa. I can't believe that was such a
That's exactly what Momochi did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Momochi did to Fudo. By the way, in the previous round, dashing up in a negative situation and was like, I'm going to EX uppercut. No. I'll try to do it again. He's like, that's from my playbook. You took that from me.
And you know what? The why that was smart, too, because I think that would have caught a jump back, too. He was not going to get, if he had jumped back, I think the super would have caught him out of the air a little bit. Yeah, on the way up. So it was a catch-all situation except for block.
I mean, a good percentage of the players that were in that situation might have would have blocked. I mean, might have, would have, kind of, sort of. Who knows? But
I would not be surprised if Momochi was at home and he was like, I hit a button, but it was after the super flash. He was probably like, if he had done that half a frame later, maybe I would have hit a button.
I think in the back of his mind, he's like, that was close. He wasn't even too pressed about it. If he's at home, if I knew he was streaming, he would have been like, that was close.